Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to CEA Siege. We're going to be watching CMU take on Wisc tonight. Looks like Wisconsin's going to be attacking first on Clubhouse. Lejeune, have you watched any other games yet?
Actually, last semester, I actually went against CMU on a playoff map on Clubhouse. So I have seen CMU play a lot. I haven't seen Wisconsin play though. I don't think I've ever seen them play, or I don't think I've ever seen them on the stream. I don't think I ever caught them on stream. But I do know that there are some highlights and there are some star players from Wisconsin. I think I versed them in the All-Star match. So I believe there is some hard fragging power coming from Wisconsin.
Ooh, so we should definitely be watching for that tonight. I haven't myself seen either team's play, but I have heard from some relevant sources that CMU is a very methodical and slow push on their attack. And I cannot wait to see how this goes towards the defense for Wisconsin and how they decide to hold up on this side.
Yeah. And I actually do see CMU. I think they do have a sub for this game if you press tab. They have RN as instead of I believe Sabi, and they usually have
Okay.
Sabi Co on their hard breach. So seeing another person on as your support flex player is going to be interesting, as it kind of does change up the whole team like core and team dynamic. Now you have someone else joining you in, and now you have someone else
Yeah, no,
basically
100%.
facilitating the attack. So it's going to
Yeah,
be a
it's
little
going to
bit different to see.
add a little bit of mystery too for the other side as well, as they may have not seen this player come around that often. I
Hmm.
guess we're going to have to see how they're going to adapt to the difference in strategy if they've been planning something.
And we see like fast bands coming out here actually immediately. We already see the Maverick Thatcher band. That's usually typical on a map like Clubhouse because you do want to keep those walls closed. You want to keep all those hatches closed, and with the Maverick, you can automatically get any wall you really want. And you see Kite also banned too, so it kind of questionable bans coming out here.
It's going to be really, really strong for the defending side. Like you were saying, with that Maverick on, you
Yeah,
can't exactly free throw yourself through all those unbreachable walls. With that Thatcher gun, it definitely takes a lot of that options and abilities away from the hard breachers. But
yeah, it
we're just
does.
going to have to see how that unravels. As I'm pretty sure both teams are going to have some sort of backup plan for these types of bans.
Seeing a pretty typical attack lineup here. Thermite, Sledge. I think they're going for. They're assuming it's going to be a bottom push because they do have everything they need for a bottom push to get that church wall open.
Yep.
Not a
Yep.
Hibana. You typically do see two hard breaches on this map because how important those hatches are and getting like every wall open as you need. But I guess they're gonna stick to IQ instead of the sledge.
Yep.
Um,
It looks like they're going for a little bit of a lighter group too. A lot of fast operators. You've got three. Oh, okay. We got the He's switching back to Sledge.
oh, switching back to sledge.
He's trying to trip us up, Lejeune.
Oh, he must have read it was bottom and went back to sledge.
Yeah. And as we're coming to start round one on the defending side, they've got themselves their Maestro, Jaeger, Mozzie, Doc, and Mute. A little bit, actually, a fair bit of drone denial. So we're watching Mozzie here looking into blue, giving himself some of those little extra rotates for himself to move between the sites.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
this is
Are
being
you,
streamed on Discord live and it's very laggy for me. But
yeah, I'm getting that too, but we're going to do our absolute best to bring quality content to the best of our abilities.
okay. So
Calvert.
we do see Mozzie and Mute. Um I think nowadays people say those two operators, when you combine them together, they're an OP combo because it denies so much intel. And on this map where you're in basement, you just sort of want to tunnel, or you just want to like turtle on the site. You want to deny as much intel as you can and try to deny any hatches you can. They might actually do. They might pull this round off with just the Mute and Mozzie here because it will definitely slow down their pushes.
It definitely is. But as we've seen before, CMU is a very methodical and thought out, cold logic type team. They definitely
Oh,
kept
wow, they're
themselves on
already
the site,
just
and they're already pushing in as Axie's already moving in as Ash taking that top area, the entire top of the building as Ash pushing around. He's got his teammates droning all the different corners, making sure he's not going to be pushed.
they're doing a very good job doing this roam clear here, having actually a drone in front of them while they're pushing with that drone. So usually a very fundamental thing to do as a team. You don't see that often in open league, but in invite, many teams are very good at doing this kind of thing. Where now they already have bar control, so
Yeah, but at the same time, the defending team isn't exactly trying to keep any map control away from the attacking side, as Wisconsin, like you said, has definitely taken most of the upper floors already, if not all of them. But we are watching RN97, the sub player, playing as Jaeger on that lower platform going down to the basement. Wraith moving around as his thermite. He's getting kind of close, but it looks like RN's going to be pushed back by that drone.
Iron, yeah, getting drone there, and it's gonna just fall back to site. And here we go. We still have a minute 20 left here, and now all they have to do is just waste as much time and try to deny the plant from that capital pellets trying to go for the plant.
Yep. No, exactly that. This thermite's going to be taking that bar hatch. He's going to get himself set up for some sort of plant, as not really too much action been going on. Both teams taking it nice and slow, getting as much intel as possible or denying thereof. And it looks like CMU is definitely going to be doing a hard hold for that basement with no upper map control, but it has delayed the attacking side a fair bit, as they're almost down to 45 seconds left.
Seeing me just holding these passive angles right now. They're just waiting for the attackers to actually make the play here instead of the defenders. Defenders not taking any hard aggressive peeks actually. They're just holding site very hard. There's only 30 seconds left, and now Wisconsin still hasn't really gotten that church wall opened yet. It's still muted, so they're gonna have to just start funneling through these doors and hatches if they don't get that door open.
Yeah, it's going to put them in a very desperate position on that push. They've got 19 seconds left, and Doc is the only real one that's taking any damage. We're
Most
moving
smoke's
over to
going out.
Maestro here, looking into blue. Jaeger taking some damage over towards Moto, into the church area. Doc got fragged. It's now on a heavy push on both sides. Mute gets taken down on the left side. There
Fracture's
goes.
going out like crazy.
It is an absolute hard push. They've got Ty from Wisconsin pushing in with the Capital. They're trying to make the plant, and Ty just takes down both of the last defending players as RN. The Jaeger gets put down hard on that one angle. It was a little bit interesting to watch
Wow.
how hard they pushed with the last 15 seconds of that round and won it.
I just want to highlight what Wisconsin did there. I think Wisconsin went ahead, and I think they knew there was only about like two people playing in church, and since they knew church, they got rid of the people playing in not church. I mean armory. I meant, and they got rid of the two people in armory. And once they got rid of the two people in armory, Zofia just used that hold that was already placed, and they just instead of going for usually a typical church take, they just went ahead and vaulted into just armory and just took the site.
Yeah, they took it like it was their backyard. Calvert's playing his mute, tried peeking through that one hole on the long side of the soft wall going into Armory. And unfortunately, as Zofia walked in there, Ty from Wisconsin just emptied his brain pan on a really quick shot. And they were able to take Armory and pushed in, planted, and were able to hold that angle, taking down both the Maestro and Jaeger, RN and Yash, as they came around the corner to try and retake while they were planting.
Yeah, that push was really good. They just smoked off main hallway and they just kind of rushed into site. So 1-0 lead for them already.
Yep, up up 1-0 on I'm still kind of trying to process that. I was not expecting the attacking side to have such a commanding push, as CMU was holding very passive angles. They had lots of intel denial by having Mute and Mozzie holding off their drones, but it was to no avail as Wisconsin just blew through the wall and took it like the Kool-Aid man coming on steroids.
Right now we see both teams the same exact operator setup here, so it's gonna be quite similar. And Brome Clear is gonna probably come out fast again here.
Yeah, they're probably going to do the exact same thing. Take that map control up top, give them the ability to move without having to worry about their backsides with any sort of roaming ability. Looks like we're gonna have to watch the mute and the Mozzie this time around. Calvrix is mute with that drone denial, trying to keep off, hopefully, the very well committed droning of Wisconsin, giving themselves that information to push into that armory site. I was quite surprised about that, but we're definitely gonna have to watch those two players this time around. Zaxi
And that
taking
right
up the
there,
top
they
side of the main bedroom, moving into the construction, over into the cash room. Again, just same methodical play, using those drones to push in with Crux,
Yep.
taking the exact same way again, and now they have the complete upper area already cleared out, moving into the bottom site. This is going to be interesting to watch.
And when I played against CMU, actually, usually they do have two roamers. They typically do have two roamers playing with each other. It's actually usually Calvrix and Yasha on that roam. And I do believe they do like to roam, but I guess they wanted to change their playstyle up and go for the hard turtle here. And it does work on wasting about like a minute and 20 or minute 40 here. But once they get these map controls and they're able to pick out everyone from armor here, then like they lose control and no one really rotates down to help, or no one rotates to the other side to help them, man. These pushes are just coming out from everywhere.
Especially with that last round push with the Wisconsin taking that in such a commanding fashion. They're going to not lose as much time clearing that top floor, feeling a lot more comfortable that there's going to be no roamers. And again, CMU has opted for no
Oh
roaming, but
wow.
Kevin Joker
Joker.
takes Banana Cat down with some shots through that Capitan Smoke. He clips him in the face.
That's
Wrath.
huge. Capital Smoke just off the board now. They're gonna try to get this wall, but it's muted. So they'll be unsuccessful in getting that wall. Again, Calvrix with a huge pick onto Ray with the headshot there. It's a 5v3 on only 38 seconds left. Now,
Alvrix with some big frags. Kevin Joker taking down Ty as they're holding that armory hard.
yes. And
Actually,
right
trying to
now,
get those flash grenades into the church. They're pushing hard and fast, but it doesn't work as RN and Kevin Joker come up, and Kevin emptying out Crex's brain pan, and RN finishing that last frag up on the backside, keeping both of them from pushing in.
and that's just the power of the Thatcher van and the Maverick van. You really cannot get those walls open, and they really kind of like screw you over, because if you're not able to get those walls open, you kind of just have to push through whatever holes or whatever doors they give you. And it's gonna be tough because they don't also have blue control, so it's gonna be tough pushing that church site all from just one direction. So
And allows the defending side to focus fire on those different choke points and bottlenecks, which is plain and simple, just exactly what happened. They tried pushing through Moto and they were cut down in fashion as Kevin Joker and RN crossfiring each other, keeping those guys from coming through that one singular doorway. It's just spelled absolute disaster for Axie as he pushed in. And Wraith and the rest of them just were cut down in fashion as it looked like Calvrix had put up an armored wall on the one side of the the soft wall on the long
yeah, I did
hallway
see
for
that
armory.
actually.
That way, he gave
Uh,
himself some cover so he couldn't get one tapped by Yash or anyone else there. Sorry, Ty was coming in with that Sophia.
all right, so it's a CCTV hold this time. Probably the two best sites on this map. Um, it's usually either basement or CC, and then they either go gym. But we have the same exact setup almost again on the defense side, and I really do think Kevin does like playing that. In his past, he's always liked playing that dog with that ACOG, able to snap people's heads off at that long angle. So his team actually believes that him playing dog has more utility and has more fragging power than him on any other operator. It could also be a comfort pick too as well though.
Yeah, definitely. I completely actually agree with you. If you're comfortable with using it, Doc can be a very, very lethal combination on any defending side team, especially with that ACOG. It's almost basically like an absolute no recoil weapon. But on top of that, you have the ability to bring up your teammates to 70 instead of the 20, which can definitely help in any sort of stretch and disastrous situations to turn it back around.
Wisconsin doing like same side push, doing the west side push from master bedroom and gym, and just probably going to be going for that construction take instead of the main wall take here.
Yeah, they're definitely set up for the exact same sort of hole. They've got no real changes other than Crux moving over to IQ, probably trying to look out for those Mozzie drones.
Yeah, probably gonna
But
be
it's
trying to shoot off those mutes from below.
yep, Crux is definitely looking for those mute jammers to take them out. Soren's trying to take out the drones that are coming around the corner for construction,
Going for that
but he
aggressive
peeks and Ty takes him down. Looking from above here, we can see Yash is definitely watching it with, he's got that machine gun as Wraith is setting up to take out that one wall. Calvrix doesn't have his mute jammer down. It got taken down from below, so they've got construction wall open. Yash falls back over towards the other bomb site, giving up cash for now, but he's looking through that hole that was just created by the thermite. We move back over to Ty, playing on that hard angle.
And now they're gonna try to drone out sight and see what they can do. See who's on that cache site. Try to smoke it off here, and they're probably gonna be trying to go for a plant and try to execute here soon.
I think they're looking probably for one more pick to give themselves a little bit more of a safe push here, because they know there's definitely one guy over in that rotate towards red stairs.
Yeah,
well, as we're seeing a few nitros getting thrown. Oh, and Yash finds Axie pushing in as that Ash. And he absolutely obliterates. And Kevin Joker taking Crux down. There goes the IQ. We're seeing the attacking side being thinned out here. But Tyler answers back, taking down Yash. Wraith putting down Calvrix. Spyglass coming back and taking down Ty. We've got ourselves a game here. And Spy is going to be holding that red, but he's completely smoked off. Doc. Kevin Joker trying to hold, but Wraith takes him down. It's now down to a 1v1.
Spyglass going below, maybe going for a C4 here. Oh, nope.
No C4 as he's coming back up. He's just holding it. Wraith is going to be held in place as Spy comes around the corner and ends the round.
Well paid by CME right there.
It was a definite desperate push and a desperate defense at the same time. Spy definitely playing that on a much more calculated and more of a calm demeanor, even though he had only about 20 health remaining, was able to hold out and stay there for the win, as Wraith was not willing to commit to the plant at the very end of that round.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised they held that site. With how much, with only 2 C4s on the table, they didn't really have a smoke either, to counter the Capita smokes. So CMU actually doing a really good job holding these sites without the typical op setups you see. Interesting. I would think they would have C4s and play underneath, but instead they just kind of played it horizontally and they just went straight up for the gunfights. So well played by CMU for winning those gunfights. Now
yeah,
they
definitely had some tactical trades there. That was really, really good. I find that especially with Spyglass was holding that red stairwell, he was able to give Wisconsin something to think about before they were able to push in, giving them a little bit of a pause. Definitely helped with that round and ultimately ended up winning it for them, as he just kept himself calm and he held his position. He didn't try to peek or play for the fight at that point in time. And he just ran down the time where Wraith was not able to push him or go anywhere without having to put the bomb down, and just gave him an easy end frag at that last round.
Now, if you press tab, I think we see only 2 people fragging on the Wisconsin side. You see your support player Wraith and only Ty right now with kills, and the other 3 right now just haven't really shown up for their team as entries. Right now, I don't think it's really. I think Wisconsin just isn't playing as a team right now together, because right now they're only 2 frags. Only 2 people are really fragging on their team, as you have also a thermite fragging out for you too. So CMU right now has kills all over the board, but Wisconsin only 2 people right now on the scoreboard. So hopefully
we'll see a definite change soon, though. That'd be great. I do believe that with what we've seen so far, that definite kill spread will be coming through, as there's lots left to play for this map. As Axie's pushing in over on the cache side, pulls out that flash grenade. Kevin Joker almost made him pay for it.
But Nick, already 2 picks onto Wisconsin side already. Doc and Jaeger off the board.
Yeah, Kevin Joker, he kind of played that a little bit too far. Had a chance and he missed. Tried to calculate for it and actually absolutely called in the tax man and took what he needed.
Yeah. Already with Wisconsin already has a lot of map control here. Construction and office at the same time.
And with that pick on Kevin Joker, that's taken away a lot of the ability for CMU to hold out on that side. Although the frags are all over the place, Kevin Joker was able to hold off a few pushes, especially in the basement, and has calculated himself and put himself in a few different areas to block off those long pushes with that ACOG. But
Really
now
good
that he's off the board, it's going to be interesting.
Where did that C4 come from? Underneath,
I
actually.
believe so, yeah.
Wow. Well placed, well pre-placed C4 to get the tie, one of their top fraggers out. It seems like Banana Cat is gonna go for already an execute here with firebolts and smokes.
Calvric's coming up that main stairwell. It looks like he's going to be holding the angle, watching that cash push. But Spyglass takes down Axie from outside. Calvric's taking down Crux. Spyglass taking Banana Cat as well. It's a one-man show. It's a 1v3 as Wraith is half health as this Thermite is holding that one side on construction.
Wow.
What a turn of
quickly
events.
turned into a 3v1. Still 35 seconds, so he can clutch this out. But
see what happens though, because Calvric's, it was just a quick, you weren't watching the proper direction. Calvric's just came around the corner, that SMG 11, and just absolutely emancipated the IQ.
going for a
We have to see what he's going to do. He takes down Spyglass, comes back to the rotate, getting those flashes out. But he's not watching again, but it doesn't matter as Yash puts him down. Calvric's didn't have to do much at the bottom end of that stairs, but he was definitely there to support his teammate if he was put down.
Spyglass actually coming in really big for that CMU there, actually. You can actually see that even though they got construction and office, the amount of mutes and Mozzie pets they have, they were I don't think they were I think they were unable to basically drone out Master Bedroom and see Spyglass behind that bomb area. Because as you saw, Capital was actually firebolting off main stairs instead of, you know, where the Mozzie was playing. And Mozzie was able to get around, I think, 1 or 2 picks. Just crouched behind bomb in Master Bedroom.
That is the power of like absolute no intel too with that Mozzie and mute combo. When you take someone's eyes away from them, you basically have the ability to dance around them, and that's what Spyglass has been doing so far this game.
3-1. Commanding lead from CME right now. They're probably going to be trying to look for another one and probably try ending at least with 4 rounds on defense. As I do think this map is defender-sided, but if properly executed with 2 hard breaches, it can be sort of very hard, but the thing is Thatcher and Maverick is banned, so you're going to assume that this is going to be very defender-sided, so...
No, I'm completely with you on that. If they continue to pad their lead like this, it's going to be very difficult for Wisconsin to come back on the defending side. However, like you stated, the defending side does have a bit of an advantage with the specific ops that have been taken, with Thatcher and Maverick both being taken off the board. That has really cut down the options for the attacking side to take out any hard breach walls that are required or even hatches that have been armored up.
And last round, how CMU just recovered from the 2 early picks that went off. And it just really shows that CMU really is playing on the same page here. And they know how to play together. Even went down 2 players in like 30 seconds in, so very impressive by CMU.
Nope. Yep, I completely agree with you on that. Those 2 early picks could have cost them instrumentally on any occasion, but they held those passive angles. They worked together, creating crossfires, and it just ended up pulling apart Wisconsin on that attacking side when they were trying to set up, especially those early or the late picks on the windows, and Calvric's taking out the IQ, which was Crux, over in the armored vault area upstairs. We're watching Crux's IQ going down those new blue stairwell. Actually just about to drone instead, but his drone's outside still. We're moving into the bar. Axie pushing into the bar, going towards that hatch, looking for any of the extra cams, taking out default.
Drone's up and running.
Deciding to try and get some of that intel, but he's already starting to run into mute jammers down that main stairwell. see
And I
exactly
did
how
hear
much of it they
those
get.
Hibana pellets start going off. There we go. So now they brought 2 hard breachers, which makes it a little bit easier to get all these hatches and walls that you need to get in order to do a bottom push.
Yeah, very true. As that the Habana pellets taking out that one hatch was forcing RN, the Jaeger player, out of Moto, giving them a little bit more leeway and control of that main hallway. But it looks like Axie's going to lose his drone to that Mozzie. The spyglass now picks up the drone and starts moving it over towards blue to watch the flank.
It just seems like Wisconsin right now. Just patiently waiting, hoping that CMU may again take an aggressive. Oh, with the bullet hole by Kevin, almost gets the IQ and lights her up for around 30 HP.
Kevin almost took Crux off the board, but seems to be a trade as Kevin standing on top of those boxes trying to get himself a little bit of a better view. Almost got taken down himself, but he's got that stim pistol, so he brought himself back up to almost 100 health. They're watching the push. It's desperate at this point. Kevin Joker taking down Crux. RN with almost no health, taking down, oh, he doesn't. It was Yash that took down Ty, but it was a work in progress with both teams as RN97 takes down Axie as he pushes in through blue. We're watching both of the hard breachers did not come downstairs yet. Wraith is over top of the bar hatch and Banana Cat's over top of blue. As Wraith drops down into the Moto hatch, he takes down Spyglass on that one stock on the left. Moving back towards trying to find that rotating player. He's got no time. Kevin takes down Wraith yet again as Wisconsin tries for the desperate push, but it just seemed to be having a bad roll of the dice as a lot of the gunfights are not going in their direction for the advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wisconsin definitely knows what to do as a team. They know how to push blue and moto at the same time. They're just not really winning these gunfights because they're not really playing off of intel where these like anchors are sitting. So they're just kind of just going in and Kevin just taking any gunfight he can, knowing that if he doesn't get headshotted, he'll just stim himself right back up. And I mean, since the setup is working, there's defenders are just gonna take the same ups.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have to change much, right? Because they've been very, very good at taking down the intel. Like you said, Wisconsin has not been able to gather enough intel to figure out where these anchors are hard holding. And with that, Kevin doesn't actually need to move around too much as Doc. He gets to hold those 2 small angles that he decides to pick. And when he holds those angles, he's absolutely obliterating anybody that comes down into his sight lines. Even with a bad roll of the dice when he had that one gunfight with Crux at the long side of blue, he was able to stem himself back up, get back into the fight, and eventually been able to take out Crux and another opponent that came out through Moto, which ended up being Wraith, as both Wraith and the Habana player, which were both still upstairs. So technically speaking, although they were watching hatches, CMU's played very passive when it comes to peeking those hatches and those other hard breach points that they've been pushing through, which has taken away any advantage for Wisconsin to work together as a team using those lateral angles from up top.
Attackers must locate and defuse a
I do
bomb.
like the Jackal pick coming in from Wisconsin. They actually decided to take the Jackal instead of the Ash. Instead of the flashes and Ash breaching rounds, she actually is taking the extra smokes, which you kind of want to use when you're trying to go for a plant here on that construction take. So, but you don't really see CMU roaming, as they never really did roam, so his gadget not going to be used to his full potential, but still the smokes are going to be very valuable.
We'll have to see how it pans out, like you were saying. Jackal's main gadget not going to be too much of a advantage here, as CMU has opted to more or less hard hold the sites as a 5-stack versus roaming around looking for that, taking away a map control. But so far it has definitely worked to their ability, as Wisconsin has not really been able to counter their holds as a 5-man team on any of these sites.
Bomb located by attackers.
RN hugging that door, looking to peek here. I think he's wanting to peek or get rid of these drones and then fall back, but playing in a very aggressive spot. Thermite gonna get this wall. Calvric's gonna mute it just in time. Oh my god.
He gets it down just in time. Oh, but they got it off.
IQ still got it.
IQ. Yep. Oh, Ty
RN.
taking down RN, trying to run around the left-hand corner through the doorway to take him out. Ty makes him pay for it, as it's going to be down to this construction wall yet again. Both teams were setting up for the attack and defense in respective order. Both
Again.
Kevin trying to take that shot
4v5.
through the cash
Wisconsin.
window.
Wisconsin with the man lead again. And all they have to do right now is just slowly take this methodically and just try to wait. Take it a little bit slower instead of what they have been doing. Get these drones in. Look to smoke these lines of sight out. And try to go for fake plant or try to get these C4s baited out. Right now, CMU just playing really passive here. Holding this punch hole angle from Spyglass.
We're watching Yash absolutely obliterating Yates, but he actually comes back and takes down Yash for the trade. Spyglass just absolutely murdering Ty, but it seems like both teams are just defending with everything they've got as Spyglass runs through the fire with a sliver of health left. Alfred kills Axie, and Joker taking down Crux. That was a doozy of a play as both teams were rushing in at the same time.
Interesting. Wisconsin actually had a lot of time to still play with, but instead they just all start going in, and then Spyglass just uses the punch hole and pre-fires that door and just gets 2 kills. Very well played by CMU by just honestly just anchoring like really well and just knowing where these guys are gonna push and not peeking too aggressively.
Yeah, I just the one thing that keeps sticking in my mind is how disciplined CMU has been playing, not getting too greedy with those frags, working together as a team, sorry, and they're not peeking those angles. They're not trying to give anything away, and with that, Wisconsin has not been able to get any sort of early picks other than that one round where they pulled off 2 of CMU's players, but even then, they were able to hold the site as a desperate defense, but it still worked out in their favor, as it seems on the scoreboard here. CMU's up 5-1 on the defending side.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
And I kind of
being
liked
defused by
how CMU right now, as the Capital smokes and fires goes off, CMU kind of just throws C4s and pre-fires the door, knowing that they will be executing based off of that smokes and fire bolts. And as you saw, Spyglass just running through the fire to rotate away.
Bit of a ballsy play for sure.
Lost around 90 HP, but still, it really shows that CMU really knows they're gonna execute, so they're gonna try to rotate and try to help assist their team defending that site.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no, it was a really good hole. I was quite surprised that Spyglass was able to get away from that fire in such a fashion that he was able to survive. But here, moving over on the second side here, we're watching Wisconsin defending against CMU. We're gonna have to see how things turn around, as they've opted for Goyo, Legion, Jaeger, Smoke, and Valkyrie, giving themselves a little bit more intel versus taking it away from the attacking side. The attackers pulling up their Thermite Lion for a little extra intel for those holding down those anchors. And you got yourself your sledge with those frags, as well as Sophia.
And this is actually interesting now. What Wisconsin did on attack here is they didn't get that main wall open, so they weren't able to get those people on that CCTV out of there. Like, they just kind of sat there in CCTV. But what they might do here is they might get this main wall and then rotate for that construction and get that other wall. That way you can have one player holding this line of sight on the rappel, and you can go for that cash take, cutting off all lines of sight onto site. Calvrix with the pick onto Valk.
Yeah, he pulled out Valk. I was wondering what was going to happen, because PMU was not a very roamer-heavy team this time, but it seems like Wisconsin has decided to roam as Axie takes down Spyglass. But it looks like Ty and the rest of them have coming back, taking down Calvrix. Yash getting that breach hole open on that cash side, but it doesn't matter as Banana Cat's making sure that the Legion mines over there to stop any sort of push. But doesn't look like CMU's opting to push yet through that breach point, as their teammates are still kind of scattered, looking around, trying to get those early frags. Ty taking down Kevin Joker downstairs, and that stock room, the blue stairwell. We're going to have to see what they're going to want to do here, as looks like there's only Yash and RN left on the attacking side.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and rotate to construction. Now they're going to try to get this wall open.
Giving a lot of extra holes and rotate opportunities as they are outnumbered right now. Wisconsin has definitely commanded quite a good defense. RN and Yash are both trying to figure what they can do, trying to get those extra picks.
Yeah, sure.
RN's taking some extra damage from the backside of that window over towards garage.
Wisconsin just playing time here, not really. Oh, it gets ahead of RN. It's a 1v4. The one tap coming in from Akazi.
Looks like it's almost like a trade-off as Wisconsin's playing the very passive angles and holding it very disciplined as CMU walked into some very passive angles that they were holding and just have been picked off one by one. Especially we were just watching as Axie holding that backside of garage on the top of the catwalk, taking down their Lion from RN in that window as Yash pushes in, takes down Wraith. He's trying to get in there to get a desperate attack in, but doesn't matter. As with that slug-throwing weapon that everyone loves to use on both Cade and Goyo, just takes him down with a few to the chest.
Yeah, with that one round for Wisconsin, that could give them back momentum and start using that momentum to get back into this game. Still down by 3, but they still have plenty of good sites to still go to, and yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly that. And like you were saying earlier, that Wisconsin does have the ability to frag. They have some players on their teams that can bring it back just on a kill capacity. So we're going to have to see how this goes as CMU loses their first attacking round, but this isn't the end of it yet. They still have a commanding lead at 5-2. They've got a little bit of breathing room, so they still have a little bit of space to work with. Looks like Calvrix went from Habana. Let's see if he changes. He goes to Zofia for the switch. Kevin Joker picking up the sledge. Yash with Thermite. Spyglass, Capital, and RN again picking his Lion. We'll see how these operators work on this next site as we're watching downstairs in the armory.
Yeah, I do like that Lion pick coming out. It's a good way to sort of use with the or it complements basically Capital. So once you start using that Capital gadgets, you want to use that Lion, and you kind of want to just overwhelm the defenders here. So it could work possibly, as they do sort of only have Thermite to get these walls and hatches. So
yeah, no, exactly. I was just actually thinking that the Lion is a pretty good pick if you want to get away from Mozzie and Mute. I mean, I know Mute kind of nullifies it, but it also keeps him within a corralled area for those Mute jammers versus losing your drone to, say, a pest from Mozzie, which we definitely saw heavily used on the first half of MEU's defense. They were heavily using the Mute and the pest from Mozzie to stop any intel gathering by the attacking side with Wisconsin.
Calvert's gonna go ahead and drone in Spyglass here. I don't think they know Ty is upstairs.
Yeah, this would be interesting. Like I said before, we haven't really witnessed any roaming on the defending side except for Wisconsin. Unfortunately, the one time they had a roamer, which was a Valkyrie, she ended up getting absolutely pasted at the very beginning of the round. But
Yeah.
Yash has already opened up one of his hatches here, taking that blue side hash, but we're coming back over to Ty. Kind of just roaming around. They really haven't cleared upstairs.
Already
The
one
Lion
line going
heavily
off.
on that Lion. Ty's got free roam on that third floor. Oh, RN nearly losing his head.
Yeah.
Have to see what happens here. Is they've got Crux watching blue. Kevin Joker coming down the main stairwell. Teammate drones in for him. Those Mute jammers are kind of in the way, but it's not really affecting them. Oh, there we go. Stops it in Moto. Ty is moving his way down slowly into blue. He's now realizing there is no one between him and his teammate Crux playing Legion in the bottom end of blue near the AC unit.
Ty might be looking for a bar flank here. Might.
It could definitely work as one of them is on a cam and the Thermite's watching the hatch. Banana Cats takes down Yash. That shotgun. That's the diffuser down. Ty takes down RN, the top of bar. Banana Cats using that SMG-11 and the shotgun combo to hold down that long. Spyglass taking down some serious damage as he tries to run down through the hatch to pick up his teammate, but both of them are heavily wounded now. Axie sees Kevin Joker on the long range with that ACOG and just
Flawless round from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Buckshot at close range. That's gotta hurt hopes and dreams as Banana Cat ends the Capital. Unfortunate.
Really well played there by Wisconsin. Actually sort of played it kind of like CMU. They kind of had that Doc just holding main hallway there and just chilling in church watching Moto with the Legion on blue. So kind of just relying on each other to watch these things for them. And really it worked out. They all just kind of just went into Wisconsin's crosshairs and just all kind of died one by one.
It worked out quite well, especially when they did not take that top floor. Ty was able to flank around, really letting his teammates know nobody was coming from that blue stairwell, allowing Legion to kind of just give himself some cushion, move around and whenever he wants, and everyone more or less focus fired towards Moto and main stairwell, which is unfortunate because CMU was really starting to get themselves ready to push, and they just started getting absolutely hammered from all
Attackers need
angles.
to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, and typically you do see on when it's clubhouse, you do see second floor to first floor roam clear, but instead CMU kind of did like a strip club to bar to kind of just going downstairs and not really. I don't really think they really cared about upstairs. Maybe they try to put claymores down, just try to stop him or something. But right now, Wisconsin going with that fake mirror pick to bait out that Twitch. I mean, picking Twitch though is still good with the F2. And could be actually a better pick than the
10
Alliance,
seconds
so
left before insertion.
Yeah, well, I
Lion
guess we'll
wasn't
have
really
to
working
we'll
out
see
for
what
them.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like you were saying, that Lion wasn't really crucial to anything. Not that he couldn't frag or anything like that, but it just seemed like his gadget wasn't helping as both teams were very much holding the site heavily, except for our one flank.
RN
Just
trying
have
to
to see what happens
see
here.
if there's a mirror window. Gonna use that drone to go up there.
Bomb located by attackers.
Spyglass taking out that cache side window.
Interesting. So I think CMU isn't gonna be trying to. They don't have their thermite near CCTV wall, so I think they're just gonna try to get this jacuzzi wall open first as a priority.
Yep, using the Nomad to try and help against that roamer. Ty last time was able to pull apart their bar attack. But we're gonna have to see what happens here as
Yasha going for aggressive
he's
peeks on
playing
those
very
windows.
calculated.
Yeah. Already a minute in. Nothing really much happening. Oh, Ella going for that aggressive peek onto a Twitch.
Yeah, Wraith almost caught him off guard, but both of them are shooting at the same time. Anyone's game at that point as Kevin Joker takes down Ty.
That's huge.
That's what Nomad's for. That's the flank right there. As Ty was instrumental in pulling apart the attack last time. Calvert's taking down Crux over towards the construction side.
It's already a 5v. Oh, it's already a 5v2.
Spyglass burning Wraith as Ella could just not get away in time. Oh, that's going to be huge. They've got themselves a little bit more control in Gym as it's been castled off from that main hallway. Actually getting pushed by three of them, but it doesn't matter as he finds Yash's face. Absolutely hammering them, but he's also being hammered himself. We move back over to Banana Cats, holding the hallway through the bathroom hole to rotate. Doesn't matter, Banana Cat's taking down RN, doing some damage, but they know where he is now. He's holding that passive angle, but it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. He's
Wisconsin
pushing
getting a
past
lot of
it.
pings.
Ooh. Spyglass figuring out what he's doing, takes down Banana Cats, and then Kevin Joker coming in the backside, taking down Axie over on the cache side through construction.
Well played by CMU there, getting 3 picks really early. Obviously Wisconsin had a lot of intel because pings were going off everywhere, and they were actually almost able to clutch that out. But CMU pulling it back together, taking things slower, not just going in and trying to plant. And they were able to successfully complete that round. 6-3. Now they can't lose this game and can only go for the win or tie here.
Very much so. I think that the one defining moment in that round was when that Ty, their roamer, was caught out in the open in construction and absolutely basted by Calvrix. He took him out rather quick, and after that, they knew that they had map control. They were able to
Yeah.
take it as slow as they wanted to, as after the roamer was taken down, it seemed like Wisconsin was kind of getting pulled apart and getting a little desperate, making some interesting plays. But in the end, though, they were pulled apart, and it wasn't able to stay together as they were defending. Banana Cats in that one hallway coming through the rotate into bathroom. He had the ability in the backside of a second player, but unfortunately just was not able to capitalize on the opportunity.
Yep, and Wisconsin gonna go back to CCTV because gym and bedroom wasn't working out for them, so they're gonna go ahead and take this site. I do believe they actually completed this site with a 3-man lead, so they're probably feeling confident. They can probably get 2 more rounds here, and then they're gonna have to somehow win gym and bedroom again if they do win out these next 3 rounds. So
Yeah, I find if we go back to bedroom with Wisconsin as the defenders, I feel like they're going to play that very much a different fashion. Especially with Ty with his roaming, I feel like he's going to probably try to play a little bit farther off from sight. Even though CMU has been picking off to try and counter that roam, which it ended up working out flawlessly. As Nomad's air jabs definitely take down the corridors he was able to push from behind with, ultimately allowed Calvix to take him out very early in the round. But I feel like he's going to definitely try to find a corner farther away from sight to give himself that extra space to move around with.
Calvert's gonna run out that Jaeger and gonna give that to feed that intel to her team. Jaeger not really watching. Oh, okay. He's gonna go ahead and try to rotate back up. Just gonna try to waste time. Well, 2 roamers actually coming from.
Albert spotted Valkyrie over in that one connector room. He's now getting called by Dokkaebi as those pesky drones have got him already cornered into a little bit of a tight spot here. Calvert's holding that angle into the connector. Capital coming up to help them, pushing him back into that corner, using the fire as Ty is trying to hold his flank from Bar, but I don't know how much this is going to work, as he's going to have to push into 2 or maybe 3 guys at the same time.
Yeah, and basically if CME doesn't know that Ty is right here. Oh no, CME reads the. Oh, but they lose the gunfight.
Calvert's gets caught off guard by Ty from the Bar side. That's a big play. That'll definitely help Wisconsin. Oh, and we've got Ty taking down Yash from that hatch. That's diffuser. Now they've got command over this entire round.
I actually don't see that angle that often from Thermite dying from that angle.
Ty's creeping underneath the bar and takes him down. That's a triple kill for him this round. Spyglass meets the end of his fate. Going back over towards Kevin Joker and RN. RN decides to call him on that cell phone as Kevin Joker calls out the guy on the top of the catwalk, pulls out the guy on red as well. He's got 1 wounded, and Wraith is holding that bomb site. He's got like no health left, but he's got some sneaky plans as RN97 coming in as Dokkaebi. Looking through construction, takes a leash in mind, but Crux is coming around the corner. Are they going to meet each other or not? And he does. He drops, and Crux ends him. The kneecaps. Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
Toxic in the chat with the drop shot. Oh man, CMU really is kind of struggling taking that lounge area. For last time, dude, when they tried to take CC, they did kind of all try to go into that lounge area, but Calvert's not really receiving much assistance other than Spyglass. But Ty actually coming in big, saving his Valkyrie.
Yeah,
play right now. This is
Crux got pushed into that corner with that Capital fire, and I swear that was going to be the end of him. But Ty holding that one angle over the bar, not playing too passive, taking a little bit of aggressiveness at the end of it when Calvrix was sitting on his drone, really pulling him out. And then at the same time, when Capital came around the corner with Spyglass in the bar, he actually, I don't know if you noticed, but Ty was crawling underneath the bar and then popped up and took down Spyglass. He was trying to take down Valkyrie. Ended up working very well.
Yeah, so I did think I saw Spyglass near the strip area trying to get that Jaeger, but Jaeger just kind of sat in his position
Attackers
and
need to locate
still
and defuse as many bombs as
really
they can.
didn't die and just was able to turn that around for Wisconsin.
Yep, as we see here, CMU's lead is starting to dwindle down. It's now 6-4. They still have a 2-round lead, but it's anybody's game at this point as Wisconsin has definitely brought it back, playing very, very close to the chest. They have been playing as a team, playing very disciplined. They've only given up 1 round so far. We're going to have to see how this continues, as a few of their roamers have really been the MVP for this defending side, as a few times now they have brought it back from almost near loss.
5 seconds remaining.
Yep. And I just want to point out
Attackers are
how
moving out.
well Ty is playing right now. Ty's actually like really stepping up for his team, and I don't know them as a team, but I think he is basically like their entry and like their kind of fragger sort of way.
I
And he's really
definitely
stepping
think
up.
so, yeah.
CMU already into stock, but they don't have that Hibana. They only have a Thermite.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that. Good pull.
So they're gonna have to utilize those 2 Thermite charges very like conservatively, and they're gonna have to try to see which hatch they want to get opened. Maybe, yeah, it seems like it's just gonna be a Moto hatch and a blue hatch here. So he's gonna go
What
ahead and
they
get
trying
that.
to do differently this time? Both teams have had a really tough time taking the basement. Very, very difficult to take, especially when it's a 5-man anchor on the bottom of that site. Guess we're just gonna have to see what happens. Both teams are playing it quite passive, but it doesn't matter as Yash is seeing the feet.
Spyglass,
One of the
huge pick on the
defenders.
tie. That just relieves like all of CMU. They don't have to worry about the Roma as much now.
Oh, yep, that's correct. As last time when Ty was taken out early, Wisconsin's defense nearly fell apart almost instantly. As Calvrix takes down Axie, that's in dirt. They're coming in from different angles this time, trying to take those picks as quickly as possible. As Wraith's coming around the corner, but it doesn't matter as Calvrix is holding that passive angle. They're both within inches of each other.
Oh
It's
yeah.
one hell of a standoff. I'm gonna
Whoever pre-fires
Spyglass.
around this corner here might just win the gunfight.
Oh,
Oh, and
Ray
Wraith.
takes him down as no one else is in dirt. He's able to turn his attention towards blue, but it doesn't matter. Spyglass pins him and then fires him up, but it doesn't matter as Ray takes both of them down. Oh, but the fire doesn't matter as he's barbecued.
Oh no.
Yash taking Banana Cat down to win the rest of the round, but wow, that could have turned around if that Capital couldn't get his flame off. But whew, holy smokes. Looks like both teams are opting for a water break here as CMU wins that, taking it 7-4.
Yeah, they took 7-4, and CMU on that
Yep.
last round there just really just taking things slower, knowing that they need dirt control when they're taking blue. So Calvrix getting that dirt control, putting pressure from dirt, and getting Moto too. That's just 3 angles you have to worry about. And now CMU coming out with that 7-4 victory, strong lead. That momentum can definitely go on to the next map here.
Yep,
Yosemite.
and we're going to be going into a water break here, but like you were saying earlier, that
That's a lot
pick
of alpha
on
packs.
Ty. It's a lot of alpha packs. But as you were saying, like Ty was very much a instrumental roam for Wisconsin, and that early pick on him definitely pulled the defense again apart and allowed them to take it from different angles without any sort of real danger from behind.
Yeah, really well played. And Spyglass, good job on that entry. You don't see Capital entering, but this man just killing that roamer with ease. Good job by him.
No, that was absolutely great. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked.
Welcome back from intermission, everybody. We're going to end our second map. We're going to be going to Villa. So we're watching CMU take on Wisconsin.
And CMU here. I believe they're going on the defense here for Villa. If I'm wrong, then not
It'll
sure,
be
but
Wisconsin defending first on this map.
okay. So Wisconsin defending first. So if they do the same Thatcher ban as I see CMU always do Thatcher ban, I believe this could start Wisconsin with a momentum lead. Thatcher is actually very crucial on this map here, but let's see the map. Let's see how the bans play out. Let's see what CMU and Wisconsin got on this last map here. Wisconsin probably going to be playing for a tie here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to pick it up. I know that they had a really good push as the defending side on that last map. Unfortunately, CMU took it from them 7-4. We're going to have to see how they decide to turn things around, as again, we're seeing that Thatcher ban right off the bat.
Blue team is CMU, right? Okay, so yeah. Uh
Yeah, blue team is CMU, and then Wisconsin is orange.
Okay, so yeah, Wisconsin going to go ahead ban out the Thatcher for them and Jackal ban.
That's interesting. Now they've got a Maverick. It's going to give them a little bit more options. I know there's not too many hard breach sites that you're going to need to take, but that's definitely going to give them some more options on attack for both of them.
Yeah. Maverick
that-
here though is pretty good, but can kind of be gotta have to be cautious because so many I do know CME does like playing the nitro game from below, so it can definitely catch Maverick just off guard trying to get that wall open, but easily nitro. Mirror ban coming out pretty default on Villa. Mirror is so
Especially
strong
with that
on.
Jackal, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Mirror very
gonna. I have a feeling there's gonna be some more roaming happening this time around, so I'm kind of excited.
I wouldn't be
Hoping
surprised if
we
there's a
can see
dog
the
ban.
kills.
Nope, it's gonna be Echo.
No.
It's gonna be
So
an
we
Echo
see
ban.
Echo taken off the map. I'm kind of excited for this, especially with a Jackal ban like that. That really helps out with the roamers, but they still have your Lion and Dokkaebi that can definitely harass those roaming if it gets a little bit too out of hand. Just gonna have to see how this falls into place. As last map, CMU played very methodically for their defense, really holding sight hard with all of their players at that first round. They ran down time to the last, what was it, 19 seconds before the attacking side with Wisconsin decided to actually push. They were able to take that round, but after that, that was the only round they were able to take the entire time that they were attacking, and it really hurt them. It really hurt them.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And last game also, the rounds were like a little bit slow at first, but then they started like pacing up, getting faster and faster, kills coming out quicker. Um, as you saw, like, and hopefully it might be the same here too, where they're just both teams are playing slow, but they may all just start pacing up, getting comfortable on this
Attackers
map, and
need
just
to
start
locate and defuse
going
as many
in and
bombs
just
as
going
they
in for
can.
kills.
And we're going to be starting our first round off here. Taking up that top main bedroom, bathroom, and trophy. Astrology, trying to see what type of defense they're going to be going on here. It just seems like a regular sort of hold at the moment as Axie's getting up those walls on the main bedroom side. Banana Cat putting down his leash mines over towards the windows on the closet side of main bedroom.
10 seconds to insertion.
And I kind of see that. I'm gonna point out that
5 seconds to
Wisconsin doesn't have basically a bandit or a Kaid to
go. Attackers' objective is to
basically
locate
block
a
off
bomb
that
and
wall.
defuse it.
Wait, did they just open up that wall, or is that
I think they
reinforced?
got the top of it. They definitely got the top of it.
Okay, so
They're going to
yeah,
impact trick it from the top, trying to stop any sort of hard breach from getting through.
yeah, I think they're just gonna try to impact trick this wall instead of really using like a proper operator to deny that wall.
I guess we're going to have to see what happens here. Is Kevin Joker coming up to that window over towards the master bedroom side, playing his Nomad again, opting to
Yeah.
open up the closet side window, trying to see if anyone's going to quick peek him. Just have to see what happens here. There's really nobody actually holding the bedroom. but is
Attackers have
something you have
dropped
to
the
be
bomb
cautious
diffuser.
about, especially if someone either has a shotgun or they decide to use like an SMG-11.
Yeah,
You-
Calvert's gonna be pushing dining and kitchen, but Wisconsin doesn't have any C4 play available on their team. So right now, all Wisconsin can really do is just try to keep that wall closed as long as they can and just try to go
We're
for
watching
like a hold.
Yash come in through the main bedroom here. He's going to try and go over to that wall, but they're going to be ready for it. Axie's just waiting on the other side. Impact's trying to take down any sort of charges that get put on that wall. He's already ready to do it, and he gets it.
Attackers have
That's
located a bomb.
one of the thermite charges down. They're going to have to figure something out. As Kevin Joker takes down Axie. Now that takes away the impact. They're going to get that wall. There's nothing stopping it now.
They get that
do
wall
have the
and
entirety of the
Maestro.
open.
Located
The
by
floor
attackers.
is open, so they might try to hold it from down below. The spyglass takes down Crux. He's
I
hurt,
like
but he's
that.
definitely taking down those roamers.
Kevin Joker already getting ahead of Banana Cat. It's a 4v2 and it's only 1 minute left. And I do like how Kevin Joker, another one onto Wraith. It's only a 4v1,
Kevin's
Ty
pulling them
alone.
apart. Oh my god. Spyglass comes up and takes down Ty, as Ty was the last defending player. Trying to run around to see if he can get a flank and maybe a cheeky kill, but unfortunately Spyglass came up and just ended that dream altogether.
Yeah, very well played by CMU there. They actually, you saw how IQ just went in below, but also she brought a Zofia with her just in case there was a flank going on, as you saw. Even though Calrix died, easily refragged by Spyglass, and so very well played by CMU. Once they got that wall open, they just kind of just went in and just killed everyone on site.
It was definitely an interesting play, as it seemed that the impact tricking was going to work there, and then all of a sudden we saw Yash get taken apart, or sorry, Yash take apart Axie, who was using those impacts to try and take out those thermite charges. But at the end of it all, Ty was the only one left alive. The roamer that was running around, he was trying to get something to work for him, but unfortunately, he just got closed in on, circled around, and then taken apart. We're gonna have to see what happens in this next round, but that was
Attackers need to locate
definitely
and defuse
interesting. I
remaining
thought the
bombs.
impact play was really gonna work out for him, but
Yeah, I
with
did so
Zofia
too.
opening up the bottom of the floor below, it really stopped Yash from getting close enough to use those impacts to stop the thermite.
Yeah, kind of was just, instead of just like trying to get any bandage, it was more of just like a to put pressure onto the Maestro to stay away, further away from the wall, and have to be cautious of that angle from below. So
Bomb
We
located
definitely
by
have to see
attackers.
what happens here. As they're setting up for a very similar play again. They're opening up the mid part of that wall to use it for an impact trick. Banana Cats is armoring up that connector wall over towards Trophy. To see what happens with the roaming, as Crux is setting up a deployable shield over towards Aviation, putting down some of his decoys, hopefully to slow them down, but doesn't seem like, I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work, as CMU didn't even go anywhere close to that side of the map. They took
yeah.
it all from Master Bedroom.
And these are things
Again,
unseen as well too. But CMU has a very good drone economy here. They make sure they have drones up and in places that they're going to take already. Like already, Calrix, probably last time she had a drone already set up in kitchen where she was gonna push. So yeah, again, gonna set up a drone here in kitchen to watch the whole flank from China. Same push here from CMU. Both Kevin and Yasha on that master bedroom, looking to get the wall with IQ and Sophia below. Lion kind of just droning in for them. So well played.
again, it looks like Wisconsin has given up any sort of control in the Master Bedroom, which is not unheard of, as well as Closet, which is going to give them the ability to get in there. But again, they've got themselves set up for that impact trick. We'll have to see if that gets seen by Wisconsin and CMU respectively, as it looks like Calvrix and one of his teammates, RN, are downstairs trying to use whatever they can to take out all the electronics down below. That's going to stop that thermite from getting through that three-decker wall. As we see Yasha just waiting for his teammates to call out that it's ready to go, to start going for that breach hole. Calvrix is still droning around, trying to see if he can catch out the roam, as he knows that last map, Ty's got to be somewhere lurking in the shadows. But he seems quite confident. He's starting to run back towards kitchen, as
Oh
we see
no,
Ty over in mud.
they might engage each other.
They might run into each other, but I know Ty smells blood in the water and he's looking for it. looking for redemption at this moment, and it doesn't look
Oh,
like the
she's
IQ
right
even
there.
knows. They don't see each other. He runs back in, but he catches him off guard. Calvrix gets domed by Ty. That had to hurt. Looking the wrong way and everything. That has to hurt.
And I do believe both exothermic charges used and wall is still closed. So, 45 seconds. Already 2 smokes used. What can they do here with the 45 with 40 seconds?
It's going to be difficult, especially with Ty up. There we go. Axie taking down RN as the hacking side is getting pulled apart. Spyglass taking down Wraith, but Ty is still up and around. He's able to rotate and help out the defending side wherever, but it doesn't matter as Axie takes down Yasha. Kevin Joker trying to do something here, but he is good. He's got nothing left, and the defenders take round 2. As that goo mine just spelt his doom. Whittling him down to the last seconds of that round, and well played, well orchestrated defense, especially with their roamer holding up and applying that pressure, keeping map control away from the attacking side. Ty was instrumental again. He's just got to find ways to keep himself from being flanked and encircled like he has been in a couple different rounds. But when he stays up, he's a force to be reckoned with on that defending side.
Yeah, and CMU actually, or actually Wisconsin actually played that perfectly. They impacted the wall, making sure they didn't get the wall. Alibi played near red stairs, pressuring that kitchen area, letting Jaeger be able to take that flank and catching IQ off guard. So Kevin and just everybody just kind of just had to use those staircases to just get up and try to look for kills.
We'll see what happens here as Spyglass opts to take Buck. I think they're getting themselves ready to, again, take it from below, open up some holes, give themselves the ability to look into sight either from the top or below, depending on what site they decide to go on. And here we are in kitchen.
Yeah, and here we go, the Mazu-Mute combo. So, Mazu-Mute actually so strong on this map just because of how many, like, doorways there are, just having to, like... So basically, you have to kind of take upstairs control for the kitchen and dining take. It's kind of... You kind of want to get that laundry wall open, want to make sure everyone's kind of sort of out of dining, and you want to take that site. But with a Mozzie and Mute, that's going to delay so much time, and that's just... It's going to be tough trying to get those walls open now with no Thatcher available.
Very much so, especially with anybody that decides to roam upstairs. If they're able to hold those angles and win maybe even some of the gunfights or even delay them, that is going to be absolutely devastating for CMU on the attack. But we're going to have to see what happens as this time they're able to kind of consolidate their team and take that upstairs together. You might be able to force most of the roamers out, but as we're seeing here, we've got Axie. Looks like Axie
Yeah, got about 3 roamers up there.
Up top. Yep.
Okay, so CMU doing a south side from study take all the way to master bedroom. That's actually a smart take, making sure they, as they go, they get these nomads off too. So they're gonna go ahead and start droning in. No one really pushing in with these drones though. They're just kind of droning themselves in. Calvrix crouch walking already, almost up red stairs. Okay.
As he pushes up, he's got almost a whole army of drones looking in front of him. He's definitely got himself quite confident in his skills to use whatever comes his way to take him out. But it seems like
Mozzie got a drone.
Yep, his pest definitely took out one of the drones, and he's taking that away to keep it for his team as Crux positions that underneath the door, but it doesn't matter as IQ's coming around the corner. Calvrix looking for those different pests and the different pieces to stop that intel from happening. He's got himself Spyglass as Buck just on the opposite side, and RN pushing in towards the trophy side. But Ty is holding in there with Crux.
RN with the really nice wall bang, I think.
Trying to get some information. He's trying to fight the Mozzie at distance. Calvrix takes down Crux on the angle. Ty's still in there. He takes down RN. There goes the Lion. Ty's now applying pressure, but he gets flanked by the Buck in the corner. Yasha taking Ty down. That's gonna hurt. They've got themselves, they have control upstairs. The Buck is still up. He's able to hammer as many holes as he wants. This is just up to the Banana and Wraith. Or Wrath downstairs. Yasha pushing in towards the kitchen side from Mud. Kevin Joker takes down Banana Cat. It's just up to Wrath. He's got to do something, but it doesn't matter as he now has control over the diffuser. Oh, he's going on a
2v1.
tear.
Oh!
He takes out Calvert. Spyglass is down.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh my
That's a
god!
piece as Joker turns the corner and just absolutely eats barrel stuffing that Wraith distributes to his entire team. Holy smokes!
With one of the best guns for a 4v1, Maestro coming in clutch. I was just about to say how well CMU played that roam clear, but they played that roam clear beautifully, but all what happened onto site, I'm not sure. They just sort of all started. No, they got a little bit cocky there, not really taking their time. They just all just rushed this Maestro, and as you saw, Maestro was easily able to 4v1 that.
I think what happened was because when on the attacking side, Yasha had the diffuser and he pushed in from mud, from kitchen towards towards oh goodness gracious. My goodness. He pushed in towards Wrath. Wrath. Wrath killed him and they had to retake the diffuser, but he held just in the hallway. They pushed him one at a time and he was able to just target coordinate the whole time and he just emptied everything he had into CMU, and unfortunately they faltered as Kevin Joker tried pushing at the very end, was caught off guard. Wraith just pushed everything with everything he had, just holding down the trigger, and it ultimately eliminated the entire enemy team at that point in time with a 4-piece.
And now, that was actually a huge round for Wisconsin. Right now, if you're CMU, like you kind of want to just keep your heads up and just look past that round and just kind of ignore that, as that could actually impact your negatively impact your like just attitude now and like your morale, and you kind of just want to keep your heads up from now on and just make sure you play it more safer and not get too cocky now.
Exactly that. It's going to be a double negative on both sides, as you've got CMU who's just got to hang tough and soldier on, so to speak, but at the same time, Wisconsin cannot get overbearing and get cocky with this, as it did come down to a 4v1, and they rolled the dice and they won, but 9 times out of 10, that doesn't always work. It just ended up being that a lot of the situation worked in their favor, especially with that short hallway with the Maestro. He was able to hold it down and just absolutely wreck a 4-man team, but they pushed individually. And I think that really was what hurt them at the end. We're watching Calvrix pushing in through Pottery into Piano, taking down the default cam, getting himself ready to probably drone up. No, he's deciding to look up, taking a look for those different electronic gadgets, taking down the Black Eye, and one of the ADS is coming around as he's met up with Spyglass. Spyglass holding his angle for him while he drones down the hallway. We're looking up at the top.
Down.
Crux is hurt.
Yeah, down to her.
What happened there?
He's good. Okay, so they're gonna give Kevin the intel that she's down. So Kevin's gonna be chasing down this kill, making sure no one else is nearby to pick her up. Right now, Kevin Joker just pushing with single-handedly with that drone, checking every possible angle here. Gonna finish off that kill. So right now you have 2 of CMU players downstairs, and right now you have 1 playing near the trophy area. I think they're gonna be going for a north side take here, as you see.
It looks like RN. And Ty takes down RN. There goes the Lion, as he's just retaking and putting in pressure on that backside for the main bedroom.
Yeah, now Kevin's gonna have to worry about his backside here.
But it looks like Ty's gonna walk right into him, and Kevin. Oh, that's gotta hurt. There goes the roam. They now have map control on that backside. That's gonna be instrumental for the remainder of this attack.
Oh, huge kill onto the Thermite, actually. Thermite's down.
Oh, and he had the diffuser. This is
right
the
now
exact recipe that happened last time, as Wraith finds Kevin, but Kevin makes sure.
Oh no, he gets down by the coup.
Oh, he was good.
So right now it's a 1v2.
2 steps back.
45 seconds left. Oh.
Banana
Cat's gets a double kill.
Taking down Spyglass and his Goo finishing off Joker. That's gotta hurt, as it seemed like they, especially with that pick on Ty, they looked like things were gonna ramp up for them, but that Goo definitely spun things out of control for them. And unfortunately, that just completely took the air out of their tires on that attack.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, Sabiko was their hard Thermite player, and she usually plays very safely. trying to make sure she gets those walls open. But right now, Yasha is going to be substituting for her, taking that thermite pick for her. And Yasha getting picked off as thermite sometimes, not able to get that wall. Still, that wall was kind of electrocuted, so he was unable to get any wall nevertheless. But man, CMU right now losing these very close rounds, just losing
And
rounds they should be winning.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I have noticed the last 2 rounds, especially with that clutch with Wraith, it was the Thermite who had the diffuser who was taken down, who caused, I guess, a little bit of a ruckus where Wisconsin was pretty much able to hold off the attack the entire time because that diffuser was pulled out of play. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to see what happens if they're gonna play more defended and more guarded of that diffuser, because it seems to be hindering them a little bit on this attacking side for FCMU.
And like once Thermite dies, like everything just starts going downhill for CMU, as you see. Like if he dies, like all of CMU just start peeking angles without really taking it a little bit slower, and CMU getting punished for it, as you saw.
So we're watching Crux here. He's placing down those cheeky Valkyrie cams to give his team what he needs in order to continue on with this defense.
Oh no,
Putting
I
it
don't think he
down
can.
in that one broken spot there.
I don't think he can see out of that can with that bucket in the way.
You
But
can't, but because it's a broken item, you can actually ping it.
oh, okay, so
Yeah, you
still
can
a
do.
useful
There's a
game.
couple of cheeky spots you can do that with. But as we come over here, the start of the round, we're gonna have to see how CMU decides to gather themselves. As they've set themselves again, it looks like Wisconsin set themselves up for an impact trick to try and keep that wall from getting taken. If they're able to do that again, it's going to spell huge advantage for them.
Calric's already a
Calric's
drone
Sledge
loss.
pushing in. I think he's had a bit of enough.
Oh, I thought she was gonna shoot the drone for a second there. Gets the Legion Mine.
I think his teammate was trying to mark it out because they are
Oh.
kind of difficult to see sometimes on the wood floor.
That's true. So right
Things
now
are a
you see
little slow now.
Sledge pushing with Buck from Southside Study Room area and Thermite Master Bedroom area. Right now it seems like they're just gonna try to pinch out these hard anchors or 90s reinforced, so that's gonna
That's
show that
Ty.
there's someone
He's getting
playing 90s
shot from
from
below.
that drone hole. The drone hole.
Oh, Calvrix has got his feet. He sees the Nikes.
She's probably gonna be trying to go for an 80 or probably not. Oh, she's
He
gonna.
sees him. He's called it out. That's information big for them, but he's turning back around to see how this goes as Spy and Calvrix are pushing down towards 90, holding him in that pin as Calvrix took down Crux, but Wraith answers in kind, taking down Kevin Choker.
Right now, Valkyrie dead, and they know Jaeger's still at that 90. Jaeger's dead now. Or no, Jaeger's still alive.
And it's a hard push. Yeah, they didn't even deal with him. They've just got him held in one place. Oh, and
Wow.
looks like CMU just absolutely orchestrated a masterpiece, holding Ty back into that 90 corner, doing enough damage so he couldn't feel like he could push. And CMU ultimately takes the site with very little effort at the end of that, pulling apart the defense. There wasn't much that they could do at that point.
Yeah, CME just completely ignored bottom floor actually, and just went heads on to each roamer above. I guess they didn't want to worry about that bottom and just or the wall, and they just kind of like pushed through the door with Legion Mine still up too, which is interesting. Well played by CMU. Wisconsin still up 2-3. They're gonna be trying to look for a 2-4 here. That will put them in a very good spot to take for them to go on to attack. Right now, you still see the same setup from CMU's and almost nearly the same setup from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it looks like Crux has gone back to his Elo. Axie's picking up Doc. Banana Cat pulling on that Legion, which has been instrumental with holding back the attack so far, especially with that one kill on Kevin when he jumped over the Goyo shield and put himself down, which put the 2v2 down to a 2v1, and it just unfortunately Spyglass couldn't come up with it at the end of it. But we're going to have to see what happens here. CMU's commanding win on that last round, and we'll see if that's a rally or not, as Wisconsin's going to have to figure out how to counter it. Last time, they were able to find and eliminate Ty without actually having to kill him. They just kept him in a corner, and the rest of CMU was able to pull apart the defense rather erratically. We're going to have to see what happens going forward.
Yeah. And Wisconsin gonna be coming back to the same site here. They're gonna be trying to fix up the problems what happened, so they're gonna start barricading all those doors again and making sure they can't just like come in and just rush them like what happened before.
Now he's watching Wraith opening up some of those rotate holes. The round is now started. A little bit behind, I'm guessing, because usually by this point in time, they've already got that entire upper part of the wall open and all the middle pieces ready to go. Add a little extra to do as Wraith has now decided to go towards the bathroom. CMU, again, collectively getting themselves ready for that master bedroom. Watch what happens as Yash already pushes into the closet, opting to drone.
Look at all those drones set up already near kitchen dining area where they're going to be taking now. Mixing up these attacks. Well played by CMU. Calvrix again by herself below. Gonna be trying to go for this nade above that.
He's gonna try and counter that impact. He's getting himself ready.
And they got the wall.
But he got it. Getting themselves ready as Yash is trying to get that left-hand side. Trying to shoot up and above, making holes so he can try and see Legion from impacting, but doesn't look like it's going to work as the diffuser goes down again. Axie taking down RN and Yasha.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
He's now
So what happened there was...
he's done some serious damage. A spyglass finishes Axie off, but oof, that's got to hurt. Calvrix is downstairs clearing off some of the barbed wire, trying to do a bit of a rotate. Kevin watching that left-hand side doorway right into the hallway towards 90. That's where Ty's lurking right now at the bottom, or about that middle tier piece of red stairwell.
Yeah, right now CMU just scrambling for picks right now. Just not sure what to do right now. They're just looking at doorways, trying to see if anyone will pick them. Calvrix going on. Oh,
Calvrix hitting that Elamine. Ty finds him, sees blood in the water, and takes Calvrix down. Oh, that's going to hurt them. Now he's got lots of map control. Two of them left, and they're going to be pushed into a corner. This Buck gets taken down by Rat. There goes Spyglass. But Kevin Joker trying to pull back some shots, takes down Banana Cat. He's got a lot of work in front of him if he's going to try to win this round. Ty, Wraith, and Crux are still up.
Yeah, we've seen Kevin Joker capable
of
able to. Yeah, and it's already a 1v1.
Just like you called out, he pulls off Crux and decides to flip his face over.
I don't think he has much intel. Now he doesn't really know where the
he's pre-fire going out. Connections, but Ty finds him from that red stairwell, 90 hallway, just holding the angle, waiting for him to push out. As Kevin Joker, unfortunately, he's got too many corners to clear. Ty is in one of those corners, and unfortunately, that angle is just not the first one you're going to be looking at coming out there.
It's close. 2-4 now. Wisconsin with a 2-point lead. Now CMU going on defense. CMU, as I know, are very strong defensively just because how well they play defensively, how conservatively they play.
They play very disciplined. They keep themselves from peaking unnecessary angles. And again, just like last map, they're pulling off that Mozzie and Mute combo to deny as much intel as possible. Wisconsin's going to have to find a way to get around it, as it definitely hampered most of the attacking rounds for them.
Yash are going to 6-pick onto the Maestro.
Double pick Maestro.
So here we go. Aviator Games Room. Very good. For they brought the perfect operators for probably want to smoke instead of the dog, but Kevin Joker, as we saw on the dog, can do mass work on the ACOG on the MP5. So, like, who needs smoke when you have a ACOG MP5?
This is true. And we've watched Kevin before. Kevin is able to position himself in a very advantageous spot and or just absolutely wreak havoc on anybody on long hauls or not. He knows how to win those gunfights, and he's going to be one of those players, and we're going to have to watch.
Yep.
Out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Watching Calvrix putting on down those Maestro cams, giving him the long hallways. It's going to be protected against bullets, but any type of explosions will be able to take them down. We'll have to watch. It looks like Crux playing his Ash, going onto that top end balcony.
Crux with the hollow on the G36 on angle grip. Inspired by someone, as we all know.
It looks like Kevin Joker trying to get that
Wow.
early pick, but he's already been caught out in the open. Looks like Crux is trying to throw some flashes his way, but doesn't matter as it is ADS. He's already clearing out the first Maestro cam over towards that study area. His teammates have all pushed in. You got Ty pushing in as Zofia.
Ash has to
Axie
be
with
careful.
Sledge. They've already taken a fair bit of damage as Crux is less than half. And Ty is also taken he's just over 50 at this moment. Kevin Joker's looking for that frag. He catches Axie out in the open, putting him down. There's still one on that balcony, but he decides to go back. Wraith pulling out that drone, trying to figure out where Kevin is, but he doesn't realize he's just going to keep re-peeking until he gets a good angle on it. Crux using his last Ash charge to take out the other Maestro cam on the 90 hallway near desk. We got ourselves a little bit of a lull.
Let's go at 1 minute and 30 seconds of a Nitro cell for some reason, like
It's
right
above
there, I
the
guess.
Habana hole.
Oh, okay, so they already got the wall open, but it's a 5v3 and only 3 attackers left. Ash and Sledge down, so right now people are kind of split out on this attack. We have one person on 90 window, one person on... Oh, and Wraith picks up RN.
That's
Now
a big frag. That's starting to bring it back into their favor as RN was holding that stairwell. That's going to give them a little bit more security on the backside, but they are still down one member versus that defending side. They still got Spyglass, Kevin, Calvrix, and Yasha.
Spyglass go for a
Spyglass
potential
with that
C4 here
Nitro. Looks
below.
like he's going to go for it, and he takes down Wraith from below.
Recovered their diffuser.
That's big, as Wraith just took down Kevin Joker, but that completely denied the push, pulling all of the wind out of their sails on that one. As Yasha tries to take out the attacker pushing through the Habana hole, having a cheeky Nito as well, but it doesn't pick him up. But both Ty and his teammate are both really hurt at the moment.
Wait, I don't think
Oh,
CMU
shit.
knows.
As Ty takes down Calrix,
CMU doesn't
pushes
know. Oh,
into-
and he knifes him.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Do they know
Yasha
there's a
takes
plant
down-
going on?
No, I don't think they do.
Oh no.
And it's Nomad of all people, but unfortunately gets fragged by Mute. They've got to get to that diffuser, but it doesn't look like there's any Nomads in the way. Spyglass walks in, pulls out his PDA, and clicks delete.
That was interesting, actually.
32.
CMU didn't know they actually just came in through Classical Hall and they just kind of went in. If Zofia played a little bit more passive there and just played with the plant, they could have probably potentially won that round, but Wisconsin just kind of snuck into sight there. And CMU really caught off guard, but was able to come back.
That was almost anybody's game at the end of that round, especially with those extra picks. It came down to the interesting Nito from below that took out Wraith. But at the end of it, though, it was whittling down to just that 2v1 when it was almost a 3v5 for a good solid, I don't know, about 45 seconds there. It was looking not too good, but Wisconsin was trying to battle it back. Unfortunately, they didn't pick up the win on that round. And it's anybody's game if you're able to find the right places to push pressure onto.
Yeah, and CMU actually playing really well with their nitros. Using it below, making sure they get that kill, not just wasting it. And Wisconsin, they played that well for losing 2 members early. Almost coming back from that, but just sadly,
Attackers need to locate and
CMU
defuse
just
the
played
bomb.
man and had more man advantage, so... CMU
Yeah, it just
one
came
round
down
below.
to, especially when Wraith took out Kevin Joker, that really hurt the frag potential for CMU on the site. He's one of the guys that's able to hold the site and deal massive amounts of damage to anybody that's attacking, almost by himself, holding off the attacks in some cases. But once Wraith was able to kill him, take him off the map, it breathed new life back into the attacking side. They were able to pick up a couple extra kills, but like you said, they just didn't have the man advantage to get it done at the end of it. They got the plant down, but it just was unfortunately for naught as CMU picks up the win on that round.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Kevin Joker just sticking onto that dock. Kevin Joker plays so unexpectedly aggressive that it like almost 90% of the time works. He always gets that opening kill on dock. So good job on Kevin, really.
Very much so, especially when he was peeking aviation to that balcony. He almost lost his face a few times. But,
Yeah.
oh, and we got
Oh,
ourselves
no.
Ty running right in. Oh, he gets fragged as RN out battles him and puts one right past his medulla oblongata.
That's a very fast and huge pick. That's Sophia down, so you really can't get those Maestro cams unless your sledge.
There's another one as Axie's trying to figure out
things
where
are
he is.
going
He
off.
catches him off guard, drops
Oh,
him.
no.
Axie taking down RN. Keeping themselves quite default now. They're only one man downstairs, IQ. Axie trying to take out those mute jammers, giving his team any advantage he possibly can, especially with taking down anything that's going to stop their intel from coming through. Spyglass has already taken a couple of the drones and is positioning them so he can see from behind that desk in almost every angle. We see Crux, Wraith, Banana trying to get themselves through that wall, but Kevin Joker says, oh, and nay, taking down Banana Cats with a headshot.
Okay,
Wraith's
so
getting his Obana pellets, trying to take out that wall now. He's gotten through.
is that Yasha playing right next to the door with the shotgun?
That
I don't
is
think-
Yasha playing right next to the shotgun.
So I think he did place a mute right next to that door, or no, he didn't. So if they don't drone him out here, this is going to be definitely a kill for Yasha.
Oh my goodness, Crux, don't do it. Okay, he's going back and forth. If he peeks that too close to that doorway, Yasha's going to take him out with the knees. As Wraith takes down Calrix from across the way from Trophy, he turns left. He might have Mute's feet.
Uh-oh.
Yasha's still holding on. He's now on the Croach. He's looking back and forth. He's causing a little bit of pressure as Kevin Joker takes
get
down
another
Crux.
It's only 2 left on Wisconsin's side. 3v2 in 45 seconds. And Kevin Joker
Oh.
again gets the triple kill onto Akazi. Wraith alone. What can he do though? Not much options he has. Only 2 flashbangs and the Type 89 gun. Yasha right at the breach.
They're very... Whew. They are playing very, very disciplined right now.
2 shotguns holding prone.
Super stubby. Oh, as Red takes down Kevin Joker, but I don't think it's gonna make much of a anything.
Oh, no.
Oh, he puts out the flash.
Oh,
He
he
doesn't
did it!
look down
Oh,
and he
no.
gets his knees taken out. Yasha finds his kneecaps.
Yasha coming in to save his buddy Spy right there, but that could have been almost really bad for CMU.
It almost turned
man.
around quite bad, but at the same time, the amount of shotgun power at close range, I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think Wraith was going to get that one.
So 4-4. CMU coming back from, I guess, that disaster they had that one round from that 4. CMU is just putting their foot on the pedal right now, just going after, going for a 2-0 against Wisconsin. Wants to take this map.
Yeah, they're trying to take this map all the way. They're trying to pick up as many points as they possibly can. Wisconsin is definitely trying their best here to stop that from happening, but
And oh
it's
no,
a handful of circumstances that keep problems here.
they went.
There's some interesting things.
Calbrix went onto the Valkyrie, and the IQs actually swapped off to the Buck, knowing there was no Valk on the board. So
as many bombs as they can.
CMU just, I guess, now they got a free Valk cams that can just basically give free intel to CMU. So
This should
let's
be
see how this
interesting
plays
to
out.
see how this goes. Yeah. We're watching from the kitchen here. Calvrix and Yasha getting all those walls all armored up. RN putting down his barbed wire, trying to stop them from coming in through that left side doorway. Not very common to push all together at once unless you have the upstairs control, as that hatch can cause problems, especially if the defending side have roamers. Although CMU does opt not to roam as much as other teams so far, they've definitely hard-held most of the sites as a team completely without really moving away from site too much. We're going to have to see how they decide to play this, as we do see Spyglass upstairs as Mozzie putting down his pest, denying intel upstairs.
Yup, and if we see around, I think 1 or 2 roamers. Oh, Crux getting a fast pick onto Kevin, only 20 seconds into the round. Not sure what Kevin was doing there. Maybe rotating up or peeking that window.
I think he was going for a cheeky spawn peek, but that's big. Akazi taking down Spyglass upstairs. That's almost complete control upstairs as Akazi starts getting some damage off of RN. RN deciding to go around, but he gets caught out too. This is just an absolute bloodbath as RN takes down Akazi, but he couldn't get away.
Tried rotating down and got
down
picked
by
off.
Ty.
we've seen CMU though clutch these kind of odd rounds out, able to just sit on site and still able to clutch this out. Not looking that possible this round, but we still have Yasha with the SMG-11 and Calvrix not even with the roam. If she potentially goes for a roam here, she could get one and could rotate back to site.
I like how Calrix has decided not to turtle on the site. He's given himself the option to flank if need be
Yeah.
by sitting on the bottom of that stairwell. We're gonna have to see if that ends up working out for them, as it seems like Yash is gonna be pushed back by those buckholes, trying to keep himself from being peeked from any sort of angle from up top, keeping himself in a defensive position. As Banana Cat's just demolishing the floor up top, giving himself as many peekles as possible, give himself that extra advantage up top. Again, things are starting to slow down here as both teams are trying to work this out methodically. Crux losing his drone, that mute charge. This is going to get intense in a couple of seconds for sure.
That just shows how strong Mute can be. Like, there's only 2 people left, and they're unable to just really push site because of these Mute jammers. They don't know where these last 2 are at. Let's see. Ray's gonna be trying to get this laundry wall with Banana Cat watching the rotates, watching these doorways from above. Crux spotted from Yasha, knows someone's in that little pantry area, just holding that angle patiently right now. Still 4v2, 30 seconds left. Calvric's gonna hear that window break. Calvric's gonna get the headshot onto Ty.
Oh my goodness.
Does Yasha know there's still someone in pantry? Oh no.
Crux picks up Yasha. They now have kitchen. Calvrix has to figure out what he wants to do here.
Going for the long flank.
He's been
I don't think they know.
Though.
Oh no, they don't know. If she's able
they
to
do
the
know
door.
as he gets caught. And Crux finds him as at last second he just didn't put his foot in the doorway fast enough. Crux finding Calvrix as he tried pushing through that breach hole as well and just ended all ability for that defense. It has been a back and forth battle on this map. Wisconsin taking it 5-4 at the moment, but we can't cancel CMU out yet. They have had a massive amount of tricks up their sleeve from map 1 and map 2. We're going to have to see how this continues on. I think that this could go down to the very last second for both these teams trying to push for the win.
Yep, and getting onto that pick early onto Kevin just probably gave Wisconsin like basically that pick gave Wisconsin a lot of breathing room basically, and that's why they were able to just rush upstairs, just take it up so quickly, knowing that like a strong fragger like Kevin is just down. They're just gonna go ahead and just rush into that building, taking out 2 or 3 roamers already, like so fast. Then taking it really slow onto site. Well played by Wisconsin. I can potentially see them using that and winning this site here with the Montaigne. I don't think
that's going to be
CMU
interesting to see.
Yeah, and CMU doesn't have a Legion or smokes. Playing against that Montaigne is going to be a tough with only 3 nitros actually. So we'll have to see how that works. I don't think CMU
Last time that they played this this bomb site though, Spyglass played from down below, and he was waiting with that Nito, and he did use it from below. So we're gonna have to see if he decides to target the Monty. Oh my goodness, target the Monty, and try to take him down from the feet. But it's gonna be all up to Wisconsin. This is the round for them to lose it for themselves. Because if they don't take any sort of control downstairs and push away those Nitos from the bottom side, their Monty is more or less free picks if he tries to go for a turtle plant or not. We're just going to have to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, and if you're Wisconsin here, all you got to do is just tell yourself you need one more round here. You can potentially either win this map or at least tie. So they're going to be playing they're going to be playing to win basically. But already Akazi down. That's the IQ.
Spyglass finds him as that Mozzie. He's out for blood, and he takes the down low.
Oh, Spyglass used that angle from above.
Yep.
Well played by Spyglass. I remember telling Spyglass about that angle, though. I remember specifically, and he actually used it. I'm so happy.
I could hear the smile on your face.
I'm just happy it actually worked. But now, losing the IQs actually could be huge. Can't really get the mute jammers freely here, so they're gonna have to start using Sophia or something to get these mute jammers.
Yeah, well,
Not much
it's a
intel.
double-edged sword too, right? Because now they don't know if anyone's downstairs to use
Yeah.
any of those Nidos. There's going to be a little bit of a problem as we see Banana Cat and Crux kind of looking around, trying to play together, putting down those air jabs to stop any sort of rotate, but it's not going to stop any sneaky Nido works. We're going to have to see what happens as we see
Spyglass going for a
Valkyrie
potential
downstairs.
C4. Oh, it doesn't get anyone though. Everyone's still full.
Yep, no damage done, but they're
And as you can see, Hibana has those pellets on that left wall right there onto bar, but can't get it because of the mute jammers. So right now they're just kind of stuck here trying to push Hall.
Banana Cats took some damage there from that Nido. He's not down, but definitely got a little less than half taken off of him as Calvrix is going to try and flank and possibly get from behind him, going towards red stairs, opting to go through towards kitchen.
Yeah, right now CMU, all they have to do is probably set a crossfire up for this Montaigne. Not sure how though. Oh, 1 on 90? They have to worry about these angles possibly. CMU taking shots onto the
And
and
Monty taking some shots to the backside. Ooh.
Monte 1 HP. Very no one really pushing what the Monte's gonna get down.
Wraith
Or no,
takes
not
down Calvrix on that flank, and that's going to hurt the defending side a lot, but there's a lot of damage on the attackers as Crux goes down. The only real full health guy is Ty at the moment. Wraith is still up as well with just over half health. They're going to have to deal with a
not
lot
even
as
peeking
they're holding
vault.
from
They're
that
just
vault.
oh. Spyglass gets the pick onto Ray there. It's a 3v3, but Wisconsin already also lit. It's possible for CMU to clutch this out. But with the Montaigne, it's so hard to go around him around this site.
RN's the last guy. He's got to retake the site as Monty's playing behind bar. He's planting it down. Him and Crux are both incredibly hurt. Now it's just up to RN to try and win this. Got to be very, very careful. They don't have to worry about any lesion mines, but Banana's getting himself
Yeah, ADS.
really aggressive as RN hits an air jab. He's trying to rotate, but he hit another one.
Yeah, and Wisconsin hurt that, and now all attention towards Classical Hall. There's really no way without Montaigne. As long as he just keeps that shield up, there's no possible way to really win this round out.
RN's trying to find the head of Crux, but it doesn't matter as Monty blocks his way. You shall not pass Gandalf the Grey style. And he's blocked, and there's just no way for him to get to that site.
And this round right there, like, Montaigne living with 1 HP is actually, like, Montaigne being able to live with 1 HP is just so, like, lucky. But in the cat...
Yeah, he got shot in the back on a bad angle, but he was like 45 seconds, 1 HP in a dream.
Yeah, and that Montaigne just puts so much pressure onto the defenders. As long as you just play behind it, really. CMU didn't have Legion or Smoke to really finish off that Monty, so... Let's see what CMU is going to do for that Montaigne pick. Calvert's going to go onto the... Nope, she's going to go back onto the Valk. Wisconsin saw that the Montaigne play worked, so they're going to bring it again.
We're going to have to see how CMU decides to counter it. They're bringing their Mute and their Mozzie. They've got themselves 3 Nidos. Oh,
And
but he's changing out.
Oh, no. Smartly played by Wisconsin. Gonna force that... Okay.
All right, Wisconsin trying to trick
bad...
them into that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And looks like CMU fell for it as he switched out from Intel to Smoke for the denial. Still a fair amount of damage that Smoke can do, but not going to be able to hard counter a Monty if he's not on the field at the moment.
Yep. Still Smoke pretty good on this site with they have about 3 shotguns on the board. Can make a lot of rotates here. Can use those shotguns on those narrow doors. All CMU right now has to do is just win 1 more round and can possibly try to tie this map here.
Yep, right now it's CMU's match to lose. They've already taken 1 map. They can go for the tie here, but they are in a bit of a deficit as Wisconsin has taken 2 rounds from them, up 6-4. Right now, they've got to play it as perfect as they possibly can to give them that extra point to push it, because if they don't, practically handing it to Wisconsin, who's going to go for a tie on a 1-on-1 map.
Yep. See all of Wisconsin spawn at the same side, going for that master bedroom and kitchen at the same time. Typical take here. We're gonna go ahead and drone out for the person below, making sure they get that mute before they even try to use their Hibana pellets there.
It's smart because you're taking that out, they lose the ability to get you with a mystery Nido from below or even that extra flank if they need to. But as
Oh,
we see,
Spyglass.
Spyglass has decided to go to the basement diving to see how he decides to go about this as the entirety of Wisconsin is above him.
Yeah, Spyglass plays it very quietly down there. He might potentially be able to. Oh, he's shooting at
He doesn't realize that he's able to
somebody.
clip his feet.
IQ just gonna be like, forget that, and just go for some other things below. Kevin
Ooh,
Joker.
Kevin
Wow.
Joker. Again, finding Crux's face and just peeling it back. It's gotta hurt, especially because that was from aviation across the master
I was
bedroom.
wondering where that was. Wow, that's actually wow.
Attackers
Crux saying nice in chat.
Yasha again
Very good
finding
shot by
himself
Kevin.
in that corner with the shotgun, holding those close angles.
Yeah, and he has that. There's no claymore on that door, I believe, or is there? I'm not sure.
No Claymore.
Yeah, no
so if
Claymore.
they decide and they're looking the wrong way, he can capitalize and put a few of them down.
Yasha just playing it
Spyglass.
safe though. Yeah, Spike. Oh no.
Spyglass getting hunted downstairs as Kazi's trying to find him. He hit one of Nomad's air jabs, and Kazi did a little bit of damage to him, but he was able to get away, and he slinks back into the darkness.
Now Kazi has to be cautious here. No Nomad for him, and Nomad's off, so they can't re-put a Nomad on that door. So Kazi's gonna have to play safe or look to push somewhere with his team. Yasha's still holding that angle with the shotgun. Benecat just also holding. He could use the skeleton key also to check.
He knows
if
he's
there's
there,
anyone.
though. Look at that grenade he's getting ready for.
Oh, and the
Yasha
ADS doesn't
gets
pick it up,
away.
and yeah, Yasha runs away.
Goes right
in
back
time.
into that corner, though.
Yasha turns around.
Ty picking up that frag on our end, but we're still watching that push from Yasha holding that corner. Calvrix is holding trophy. He's about to get flanked. Ty runs through the
Wow, they're-
smoke over towards the stairwell.
They're in astronomy right now. Calvrix with a
Ooh.
nice kill onto Akazi. Get quickly
He gets caught
refrag
by
though.
Ty.
2-on-2 or 3-on-2.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, Spyglass right now getting the pings, going for the potential C4. Oh, but I don't think it's gonna hit anybody.
Oh,
no!
Cat's caught Joker.
Spyglass gonna go to the barbed wire and gonna be hurt.
He's down and on the top end side of that stairwell. Spyglass, he's picking them off as they're making so many mistakes, not looking on their corners. But it doesn't matter. Wraith just turns around and empties his brain pan like it was nobody's business. And that's the end of it, as Wisconsin and CMU both picking up one map each. 7-4, identical on both sides.
Yeah, 7-4 on both sides, and CMU picked Clubhouse and won that. I think. Wait, CMU picked. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what map they picked, but Calvrix, as an IGO, played that smoke well, but just was unable to stop them from just coming into sight. They just kind of won that by just taking astronomy in.
Well, there was a lot of
Moving the
angles.
counterplay.
His feet were out in the open, unfortunately. It was just
Yeah.
it's just he turned one way and he couldn't recover from it. And they pushed in through the doorway, not just to rotate, and they caught his feet and ended up taking him out, and that opened up sight for the entire side for Wisconsin. And unfortunately, after that, there really wasn't much else because Kevin Joker got pulled off as he was deciding to hold the lower landing of that red stairwell.
Yeah, and well played by both teams there. Both 7-4 actually. That's like perfectly even. So tie with round differential and like okay. So CMU probably in Wisconsin. Let's see what they do 2 or 3 weeks from now when they go up against each other again. But well played by both sides.
It was rather interesting to see, especially CMU's passive play style. They held sight for their entire first map together as a 5-man stack, not getting too far away from sight, playing passive angles, not peeking anything they didn't need to, and really pulling apart Wisconsin. But on this second map, Wisconsin was much more in a commanding role. They were able to pull out some really, really good frags. They made a couple of mistakes getting pulled out of place in some spots with their roaming on their defense, but ultimately brought it back on that attacking side, doing serious damage to a lot of the higher fraggers on CMU. And
Yep.
it worked in their favor the entire time of those last couple of rounds.
Yep. And if CMU just won that 1 or 2 attack rounds like the 4v1 that Rays did, they could have really. I could have potentially saw them tie or at least win that map, but Wisconsin coming out big. And I believe since it is a tie, there is going to be no interview. So I'm not really sure how that works, but no interviews coming from either teams. So we're not going to have any perspective of each or both player, any player from both teams. So
That's okay. As we're currently watching some of the callbacks here, and it just some of these angles that these guys are getting pulled out at. There were so many different opportunities, especially that last round with Wraith. He was turned the wrong way. He knew where Spyglass was coming from. He got shot in the back a little bit, but did a heavy flank, came in through the windows into the master bedroom, and was able to kill him on the bathroom side there for that last win. And that was just instrumental, as there was a little bit of a mistake made, but he was able to bring it back.
yeah, okay. So yeah, that's gonna be the cast. That's gonna be the end of our cast today. CMU versus Wisconsin. I guess we are signing off now.
Yep. We're signing off for the night, everybody. Have yourselves an absolutely fantastic night.
Yep.
I'm the One True Spades, and this has been Lejeune as we're signing off. Have a great one.
Hey, bye.